Right, you should be able to hear me now. Apologies for that, guys. I forgot to turn my audio settings back on so you could hear me. But hello and welcome to Formula 1 Racing League here this evening on a lovely Friday night, and we are at round 2 tonight for the Hungarian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring here with the lads in Tier 2. I am your commentator for this evening, Shwmae Mike, and I'll be bringing you all of the action here at the Hungaroring around this 4.3 kilometer track. 14 corners awaiting the drivers out there on track, including some very tricky corners to navigate and master. Of course, being the turn 4 blind uphill left-hander, and of course the turn 5 where if you touch the inside curb at turn 5 you're going for a spin. We got the chicane, we got the turn 11 where it's so easy to run a little bit wide and pick up an invalidation, so hopefully we don't see too much of that. So yeah, unfortunately there has been a lobby restart, unfortunately, so we're waiting for the rest of the drivers to get into the new lobby, and then we'll be getting underway. So while waiting for that, let me quickly bring up the standings. Whatever Discord wants to load, they'll be fine. But yeah, we're going to bring up the standings. 2 seconds, guys, while we're waiting for everyone to join so I can run you through what actually happened. Of course, we had a bit of a glitch finish last time out. Wolves, as you remember, actually went on to win by a few seconds, but got glitched out of the win for us anyway. But he was awarded it after the race. Sorry, not Wolves, sorry, Wester. Wester got awarded the win after the race. So Wester currently leads the championship on 25 points, ahead of Dog Arbs in second on 18. Oliver in third on 15 points with our third place last time out. And of course, we got Otapa in fourth, Riker in fifth, Ryan Webb in sixth, seventh goes to V8 Field, and then in eighth, with the fastest lap point from last time out, is Dirtpole, and then we got Jordy in ninth with Aiden F1 was the final point earner last time out. And yeah, going into Hungary now, it's a very different track, very different challenges, and as I said, we're just waiting for everyone to join the new lobby as it was restarted, so hopefully everyone can jump in ASAP. So try to find where everyone is. Waiting for one more driver to join the lobby, then we'll be able to get underway here for round 2. Right, everyone is in, so we should be all good. We got some support in the chat. Joel Slab, when's the diss track coming? Oof. When is the diss track coming? That's what we all want to know. And we got support for Cohen in the chat, and of course we got Maxim saying, "Hi guys, how are you doing tonight, lad?" So we're finally getting into the qualifying session, of course, now starting 15 minutes behind schedule, so hopefully be a pretty quick one, I hope anyway. So we do apologise for the delayed start. We just load in, we'll go through the weather conditions, and it's looking pretty dry out there right now. Pretty dry indeed. And of course now lap times around here, expecting 14s around here from these guys, expecting 1:14's Hungary. Not a very long track, it does provide a pretty quick lap time. Of course we do have a Red Bull is coming out, but the Renault gets out ahead. We got a racing point ahead, and that's going to be Oliver, so we'll stay on board with Oliver. Actually, he will be the first man to start a lap, and I'm going to bring up all the information that I need by here. Lovely stuff. Now the curbs on this track can be deadly. That inside curb there at turn 2 can be, that can be a bit of a saucy one if you touch it, as well as just getting it all wrong going up the hill in the blind left-hander. And of course the inside curb there at turn 5 is also going to be an issue. You want to stay away from those curbs. Of course, when looking at this track, once you nail the lap down, it does feel ever so satisfying as well. So Oliver, he is gonna gear up now for his first flying lap here. He's on the set of the soft compound tyres. We got a nice spread of soft and mediums, so let's see what Oliver is going to do as he comes around the final corner to start his flying lap. DRS wide open, 8th gear, reaching close to 200 miles an hour before breaking down into turn 1 just after the 100-meter board. Taking a nice tight line through turn 1, getting a nice exit as well with second DRS down into turn 2. Also want to kind of drift wide, then come back in. He does clip the inside curb, wasn't too bad for him. I wonder as we go through turn 3, and now up the hill, blind turn 4. Oh, he just invalidates it, and that's going to be crucial for these guys, just taking a little bit too much curb, and that would be your lap over and done with. But if you don't take enough, you will drift out wide, and that will also be your lap over and done with. As we come through turn 9 now, in the heart of the middle sector, pretty much single file through here as we come to the end of the sector split. He has backed off, but he is going to be taking us around. We got V8 Field, who is right behind on a flying lap. The V8 Field as he comes around the final corner. He's going to open DRS and to the line. He's run out of ERS deployment. It's going to be a 15.4 there from V8 Field as we got the Williams to the line of Game of Freaks, and starting to get sometimes coming in a Durpol. There's 16.2 on the mediums, and Riker there's 16.1, but that's immediately absolutely trounced there by Wester. A 14.1 on the soft compound tires. A good lap there from Wester. As we got Cohen going up into second with a 14.8. We have a Haas in the final corner, so has to get on board with 10-year-old Frog to the line. Welcome the Haas driver, and he goes up into P6. Then we got the other racing point of Muriel. Goes up into 4 for the 15.7. Kind of difficult to get through everyone's name quickly. As we got Ish Jaboy going up into 10th. He was dropped down into 10th because Dog Ops was put up into P2 there with a 14.7. And on board right now with Aqua as he comes out into the final sector. I believe everyone ahead is either on their in laps or on their cooldown laps. So as we got the McLaren coming through the final corner, looking to get the best traction possible. DRS wide open now to the line, and it's going to be a 14.1. And look at that, that is incredibly close between Wester and Aqua there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. As we have Alex right now, who appears to be on a flying lap. He does have a little bit of traffic up ahead of Oliver, who gets out of the way. Good job there from the racing point. As we come through turn 11. What's the middle sector saying? The 54.2. Should put him there or thereabouts with the other medium runners. And now around the final corner will come the Red Bull. Very tight line through there. And to the line he'll come, and it's going to be a 16.4. So last of the runners so far. As I believe Otapa is the head of this queue, ahead of Oliver. And then we've got Alpha Wolves in behind, as Aiden appears to be having some connection issues at the moment. Can't seem to stick in his car. Hopefully Alex will move out of the way, and he does. Otapa there, pretty cautious. Oh, as he gets on that inside curb, and that was what I was talking about earlier, how it's crucial to stay away from that curb. All he did was clip it, and almost around he went. So on board now with Oliver. Otapa has destroyed his lap with that one mistake, so it's all up to Oliver, who is purple in sector 2. I believe I was immediately beaten by Alpha Wolves behind us. We go into turn 13. Aiden has joined once again. Can someone please send him multiple invites so he still has enough to join back into the session if he lags out again? And to the line will go Oliver, and it's going to be a 14.4. As Ryan and Aqua both peel off into the pit, so we got Geordie right now coming to the penultimate corner. Taking it nice and smooth. We go into the final corner now. What can the Alpha Tauri do as he opens DRS now to the line? It's going to be a 14.2. Gets himself right up there. Just over a 10th behind his teammate. But we've also got Kyle R in the final sector now. What can the man in the Mercedes do? He had an impressive qualifying last time out, but due to the carnage at the start of the race, there were a lot of people chopping and changing, as many people got involved in early incidents, and it ruined the races. So Tapper back on the lap. Yes, he is. He's kept it clean over this lap. So it will be a valid attempt from Otapa, and he puts it up into P8 there with a 15.6 on the medium tyres, and that's a good lap there from Otapa. As, oh, Tenured Frog is around on the exit of turn 1. Needs to be careful when rejoining that he doesn't impede any drivers behind who could be on a flying lap. I think he's done okay. But this track can be so unforgiving. Very important to keep it all together as Eden keeps lagging out the session. Game Freaks, meanwhile, did pop himself up into 3rd place there with a 14.2. Don't worry, guys, I did clock it. As I believe Eden may have just run out of invites now, so I just want to jump in there and jump in the Discord. 2 seconds, have a look. As Durpol has invalidated his lap time. Plenty of cars out there on track right now. We do have we have the Red Bull of Mate in the turn 2. Gets very close to the inside curb there. In fact, he actually rides over it a little bit. So riding over that particular curb can be okay, is when you just clip it out of nowhere. Same with this one. If you clip it just the wrong way, it will go around. And oh, there we go. That's just an unnecessary invalidation just to pick up there. And we got right who is on a lap. We do have an Alpha Tauri of Wester. Oh, getting very tail happy coming out of the final corner, but does improve on his time only marginally though, as I believe we just had is your boy getting himself up into P8 there with a 14.9. We'll have Riker starting the lap. Oh, Tenured Frog is around again as Aqua to the line there with a 13.9, puts himself on provisional pole. And now Wester has to respond. So I believe we just saw... Who did we just see jump up there? I think we just saw Alex jump up. As we have Aiden rejoining the session once again. Hopefully no more issues for Aiden and he can actually take part in this qualifying session. Otherwise he'll be starting all the way at the back. We got just under 6 minutes to go in the qualifying session. Aqua is the man on provisional pole with a 13.9 ahead of Wester, last week's race winner, on a 14.1. On board now with Wester's teammate Geordie as he comes into the middle sector. Very crucial part of the track, where the meat of the section is, and of course he is up by just under 0.2 of a second, so this is going to put him there or thereabouts with Aqua. As long as he keep it all together in the final sector, maybe just have a slight improvement and he'll be right there, potentially taking provisional pole away from the McLaren. And around the final corner will come Geordie to the line. It's going to be a 13.7 there. FRL Geordie now on provisional pole with a 13.7, and what a lap there from the man in the Alpha Tauri. As I believe Riker, he did set a lap and done a 15.1. He is saving up his ERS at the moment, so we'll come back on board in a little while. Mate has invalidated his lap, unfortunately. We got Kyle R, who's gearing himself up for a lap. And Durpol, who is actually on the lap, and he's over a second up in the middle sector. And he is going to catch up to the back of Mate, who gets out of the way ASAP. And that's what you like to see. You like to see people getting out of the way in qualifying, not impeding anyone else behind. And around the final corner will come Durpol to the line. What's this going to be? It's going to be a 14.7, gets him up into P7. So pretty decent lap there. As we got Kyle R now coming to the first sector split. Hasn't set a lap time yet. A 26.8. That's there, thereabouts. Keeps it all valid though. Through turn 4. Oh, gets a little bit of a snap there on the exit of turn 5. As he goes through the chicane. Little bit of wheel spin on the exit of the chicane there. Just getting onto that curb, and just hasn't settled his car. But now as we go through turn 11, what's the middle sector saying? 53.5. It's going to be there or thereabouts. As we go into the penultimate corner, what is Kyle R gonna do? Is he going to be able to put it up there with the likes of Geordie and Aqua? And to the line will go Kyle R, and it's no. It's a 15.1. However, it is on the medium compounder tyre, so let's remember that. For if he comes into the pits and chucks on the set of the soft compound tyres, we've got Alpha Wolves putting it there with a 15.5. Ryan Webb out there also on a set of the mediums, and interesting, we're starting to get some medium runners out there right now. We got Ish Ya Boy right now out on track, and he's just going through turn 5. Got a slight bit of traffic up ahead, and that is the, I believe that is the Mercedes of Kyle R. So we'll stay on board with Ish Ya Boy. Tenth improvement, 10th and a half in the middle sector. If he can find a bit more in the final sector, he may be able to jump himself up there with the likes of Oliver, but at the moment he's looking to jump ahead of Durpol. Around the final corner, and he gets himself up into P7, so he does jump up just ahead of Durpol, but with the guys behind still yet to set lap times, of course. Expecting to see the lap time start to fall slightly, as we got Alpha Wolves peeling off into the pits. We have Aiden F1 who's out on an out lap now, so he's finally connected to the session long enough to be able to set a lap. Of course, we got Mate, Oliver and Alex just starting their laps. And we got Ryan Webb there putting it up into 12 for the 15.0 on the set of the mediums. So a good lap there from Ryan Webb. I've got everyone backing up, giving themselves up for their final flying lap. So Game Freaks unfortunately invalidates his lap time. So next one, believe, across the line will be, I think we'll have to go on board with this group. Unfortunately, Geordie has pushed the boundaries of the track limits. We've got 10 seconds left in qualifying, so Wester is around and has been disqualified for facing the wrong way. So Wester now will start from the back. Geordie will peel off into the pits. We got the Red Bulls and Oliver now to the line. Oliver, as we see if Alex can improve. Alex doesn't get anywhere, as we got Oliver up in the third. What about Mate? Mate up in the third, knocks Oliver back down into P4. As we're looking now to see who else have we got. We do have Aiden F1, and he's invalid. What about Aqua? There's nothing more that Geordie can do, just hoping that Aqua does not have over 2 temps improvement in him. as Aiden has retired, but to the line will go Aqua, and he improves by just over a tenth. It's not enough. It's not enough there for Aqua, as we got Cohen to the line. What can Cohen do? Cohen improves, gets himself up into 6th, knocks V8 Field out of the top 10. And now it's just the Hasses. Otapa peeling off into the pits. 10-year Frog is stationary on the side of the track, and that is going to be the end of the qualifying session. FRL Geordie putting it on pole position. VER Aqua is alongside, and then we got Mate in 3rd, Oliver in 4th. And the big story, Aiden's connection not letting him get adequate running here in qualifying, but of course Wester getting himself disqualified. So we'll have Aiden and Wester starting from the back of the grid, and that's going to be a long night for them as we go through the order once again. So Geordie there puts it on pole with a 13.7, just 700ths ahead of Aqua in 2nd, who will start alongside on the front row. We got Matey in 3rd, Oliver in 4th, Game Freaks in 5th, Cohen in 6th, Ish Your Boy in 7th, Durpol in 8th, Dogobs in 9th, and Riker rounding out the top 10. Then outside the top 10 with free choice of tyre compound, we have V8 Field, Ryan Webb, Kyle R, Alex YTB14, Morello, Alpha Wolves, Otapa, 10-year Frog, Aiden F1, who didn't get a lap in, and Wester, who unfortunately got himself disqualified. And with the 20-man lobby for Wester, for Aiden, it's going to be a long night. This track, not very overtake friendly, let's say. It can be done, but it's not very overtake friendly at all. So we're waiting for everyone to just perfect their strategies and everything. So while everyone is doing that, just gonna have a quick look at the chat, see what everyone's saying. So we got more support coming in for Koan, saying that he can do it. Right now he's starting in P6, and it's a good place to start. He's right up there with the big boys. Excuse me, as we have to go into the tyre strategy, look at those outside of the top 10 to see what the choice is. So V8 Field and Aiden opting for the hard compound, the white wall tyres. They're outside the top 10. Everyone else on the yellow walled medium compound tyres, and it's going to be interesting because as we got Tapa's actually spun it on the formation lap at the exit of turn 1. I suppose that's one way of getting heat into those tyres, have a spin. But yeah, for everyone outside the top 10, the one stop, relatively simple, mediums to hards or hards to the mediums. You can also potentially stretch the hards all the way to a set of softs, and that would be the strategy these guys will be trying to do inside the top 10. As I believe the pit window for the soft to the hards is around lap, I believe it's around lap 10, and then this lap 15 to 18 for the mediums to pit for hards. There we go, we got the strategy up right there. So saying lap 8 to 9. As we got everyone coming around the final corner to take up their grid positions for the start of this race, as Alpha Wolves there and Muriel I'm going to keep pronouncing his name wrong every single time, and Murillo. I'm gonna try and keep to one pronunciation. I'm not sure whether it'll be right or wrong, but Murillo. But Alpha Bulls and Murillo getting himself disqualified as we now await those 5 red lights. And here they are, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway to start round 2, and it looks like a very good start there from Maddie. He's going to get the jump on both of the cars ahead perhaps as he tries to look around the outside of Geordie into turn 1, 3 wide as we got Aqua, Game Freaks and Oliver. They're going through turn 1, keeping it all clean though. A far cry from last time out as we got, Tenured Frog has gone around as we got Cohen there side by side with Paul side by side as they ran up the hill towards turn 4. And Cohen able to keep a hold of P. Oh, as we got, I believe we just saw, oh, Geordie's lost it and he's gone into Cohen. Oh my god, as we got a VSC lap 1. We just saw the Alpha Tauri spearing off into the grass there and comes back on track and collects ISRL Cohen there, and that's no fault of Cohen's at all. It's just unfortunate he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess. But Cohen and Geordie as well as Tenured Frog out of this race. 3 retirements in the first lap already. Hungary taking its toll as we got Riker already into the pit lane. Is that for front wing damage, I wonder? So I'm going to stay on board with Riker to see if it's a front wing being repaired. Looks like it is going to be a front wing repair, so that's unfortunate there for Riker. So let's go back with the action as we are racing once again under green flags conditions, and looks like Mate has got himself a nice gap at the moment, already broken DRS to Aqua and Oliver, who are pretty close together. Then we have similar gaps between Game Freaks, Paul and Is Your Boy, just over a second each separating them. And then of course we got Alex and V8 Field, the first of the alternative strategy, let's say, right on the back of Is Your Boy. As Aqua has actually managed to close that gap back up to Mate, so maybe it's not going to be all relatively simple for the Red Bull. He is going to be put under pressure by the McLaren, and definitely going to be put under pressure by the Racing Point, but this track not incredibly easy to overtake, so they'll have to be a little bit creative with their overtaking opportunities, or maybe just a very patient. As on lap 3, DRS is being enabled this lap as we got Wester getting through on Ryan Webb, and he's going to have a little peek down the inside of V8 Field there. This is for P8, and Wester, who started last after getting himself disqualified in qualifying, just runs over the curb there as we got, oh, Ryan's around. Ryan Webb losing it at the top of the hill, turn 4, and around he'll go. But he's able to get the car moving once again, so Wester and Alpha Wolves hounding the back of V8 Field now. As towards the front we've also got Aqua. Oh, look at that, he is pushing Matey through the corners here. And as we go on to lap 4, I believe this may be a simple overtake on the DRS, and now the overspeed coming through now for Aqua as he goes down the inside into turn 1. Will Matey look for the switchback? Perhaps. No, unable to get it done as Aqua now up into the race lead. We've got Oliver just behind Alex, not close enough for a move. West did manage to get past V8 field as we got the Ferrari and Racing Point there getting very elbows out indeed there. Bit of contact between them. Front right tyre to side pod action there between Murillo and Alpha Wolves as V8 field getting a snap there, and that's going to put him under pressure from the Racing Point. And meanwhile Oliver is now all over the back of Matey, who has lost DRS to Aqua, so Oliver could be in a good shout to get his second consecutive podium here if he can keep up this kind of pace, because Mate unfortunately is unable to get back within DRS. So Oliver, with a double bite of the cherry, will be able to close up somewhat. Not going to be close enough into turn 1 to make a move, but a good exit out of turn 1, and he may have a little run into turn 2, but looks like he's just gonna stick behind the Red Bull for the time being. Meanwhile, that's allowing Game Freaks to really close up, as well as we got Alex, who picked up the first 3-second time penalty of the day, chilling in 7th. Just behind is your boy Wester, right behind Alex now. So Wester has gone from the back of the grid to being one of the front runners on the alternative strategy, as we got Cal R picking up a 3-second time penalty there. And look at him, he is all over the back of the Red Bull of Alex, and I think it's only a matter of time. Meanwhile, behind them we got V8 on those hards, really struggling for pace right now compared to the guys behind, as you got Murillo and Alpha Wolves. So meanwhile we got Kyle R around. So both of the Mercedes have gone for a spin, and it's another VSC. And what they'll do, they'll just calm things down. It's your boy taking the opportunity to perhaps go for a cheeky little pit stop. However, what kind of tyre is he going to go on to? Is he going to commit to a 2-stop at this stage, or is he going to try and stretch the 1? He's going for the 1-stop. The hards now till the end. He will be suffering with quite a bit of tyre weight at the end, as Alpha Wolves there getting a little bit too eager. You don't want to pick up a drive-through penalty, lads. Keep it below the delta, as I think we'll have the safety car ending momentarily. Oh, it's your boy. He's just had his pit stop, which was a relatively a shortened pit stop under the VSC, and he's just picked himself up a drive-through penalty. It's your boy. It's all gone wrong for him. As we got Wester on the back of Alex now. Is he going to be looking for a move? No, but what about the Racing Point? Oh, hang on, Wester, he's hounding the back of Alex here. He's trying to force the issue. And it was all about his run. As, oh no, Alpha Wolves is around. I wonder, did he make contact with Murillo? And down the inside goes Wester. Is this going to be job done? Yes, it is, but I believe Alex may have an opportunity to come back at him. Down the inside will go Alex. Wester gonna sweep around the outside, and Wester able to hold on to P6, as we got another virtual safety car. Another VSC out here at Hungary. On lap 7 of 35, we are let's see, let's do quick math here. 5:37. Yeah, we're 7. Right, we are a fifth of the way through this Grand Prix. Quick maths there, guys. Quick maths. As we got Oliver still all over the back of Mate, but in fact Oliver now going to peel off into the pits. We're going to be seeing the first round of pit stops coming quick and fast now, so that will give the net race lead as it stands on track. At least he'll give it to Wester as we got both Oliver and Durpole into the pit, so Wester now up into fourth, and the gap is 5 seconds, and it is coming down. And looks like Durpole has come out in a bit of traffic, but he has come out ahead of Oliver. Actually, no, it wasn't. Was it Durpole who just pitted? I'm positive I just saw. Did Durpole pit, or am I mistaken? I am not entirely sure. I'm positive I saw another car in the pits with Oliver, but Oliver now on the set of the hard tyres. He does have a little bit of traffic, and Aqua into the pit lane as well as Mate Game Freaks as well. And what this will do, it'll give him a slightly quicker pit stop phase. Would have been the kind of as Wester gets a drive-through penalty. Have we got any other drive-through penalties there? No, just Wester. So Wester picked himself up a drive-through penalty, gets jumped by Alex on the restart, as we got Murillo just casually going about his race right now, chilling in the DRS of Wester and Alex as these guys battle. Aiden now up into fourth ahead of V8 field, so Aiden now the lead runner on the hard tyres. But look at that, Aqua and Mate pretty much have a pit stop advantage over these guys ahead, as Ryan Webb picks up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, was that? Who was that off? That's Ryan Webb. Ryan Webb not having the best of times here today, as we got Wester all over the back of Alex. Will he come in and just serve his drive-through? Well, he can't now because it's VSC. But he'll want to make sure that he doesn't pick up another drive-through penalty. This is the fourth, count it, fourth virtual safety car of the race. We're back racing once again. Murillo takes the opportunity to come into the pits. We've got Wester down the inside of Alex. Just put his nose in there, but wasn't really going to make the move. Got V8 trying to keep up with Aiden there for third as it stands right now, but Aqua is going to hope that he can get past these guys ASAP, because that 3-second gap to Matey behind, and even the Game Freaks and Oliver, who Oliver lost out massively. He was, I believe he was right there, right behind Matey in third, and now he's over 3 seconds behind them. Oh, V8's gone. Oh no, V8 field has lost it on the exit of the chicane, and into the wall he has gone. As we saw, Game Freaks there, massive overcorrection there mid corner, as he had a massive snap of oversteer there. Should be seeing Wester into the pits for his drive through. That's unfortunate for Wester. He will most likely be out of the running now for a potential race win, unless a full course safety car brings him back in. But Oliver putting the pace down now as he tries to catch back up to Game Freaks, get himself back up into what would be the net podium position. Aqua now, he is on the back of Aiden, and now this is a easier job for Aqua now. Only one car to get past instead of two battling. It's going to be an easier job for Aqua, but we'll keep an eye on that time between him and Matey to see how much it closes down by. At the moment, the gap is extending a little bit, I want to say. So Wester, after that drive-through penalty, comes back out in 8th place. So effectively, out of everyone who's still yet to make, oh, we got, it's your boy is around. It's your boy is around, and now he's in last place. So yeah, going back to the situation for Westy, at the moment he's in P8. There's only 3 cars ahead of him yet to make the pit stop. Okay, he does have 2 cars behind, so at the moment he's kind of just outside of the points as it stands. So if he can catch up to Ryan Webb, and then when he's on the hard tyres, put some good lap times in, he could potentially get himself into a good position points wise and a good recovery, I would say. As Aqua has managed to get through on Aiden now, and now Aqua sets his sights on Alex up ahead. As Oliver is all over the back of Game Freaks here. Oliver, I think, definitely quicker here today than Game Freaks. I mean, he was showing great pace at the start of the race. The VSC has popped him in behind Game Freaks and cost him the undercut on Matey as well, to be fair. But here comes Oliver, not close enough to make a move, but if he gets a good exit here, he could be in with a shout. Run down into turn 2, and he sticks behind the Williams for the time being. Meanwhile, Aqua all over the back of Alex, and is Alex gonna fight this to help his teammate out? You would think there would be some Red Bull team orders going on right now. Alex able to hold up Aqua, maybe just enough, as Aqua picking himself up a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to be information I'm sure that will be shared between Alex and Matey if they are in a party together. Meanwhile, Oliver still looking all over the back of Game Freaks as we got Murillo looking over the back of Riker. Back up towards the front. Aqua just not close enough to make the move. And Alex has a lot of VRS at his disposal. And look at the gap start to close in now. As we got Oliver looking around the outside. Oliver around the outside of Game Freaks at turn 2. Can he hold it there? Is there side by side through turn 3? No, the bit of contact made. Oh no, is that Oliver around? Yeah, Oliver's in the water and Oliver is out of the race. Oh no. Oliver is out of this race, tangled with Game Freaks there as they ran through turn 3. Absolute heartbreak there for Oliver. And now, in regards to this battle, looks like Alex has better straight line speed because he's able to defend from Aqua, even with Aqua having DRS, and there's nothing that Aqua can do about it. He is being held up and he is being forced back into the Red Bull of Matey, so the race may not be over. Now, the gap between is under 3 seconds, so Matey now within that penalty, and the longer Aqua stays behind Alex, the more frustrated he's going to get that he can't get past. And if we see more mistakes, more track extensions, more warnings, more penalties come up for Aqua, he's going to end up losing what could be a surefire race win, because that gap now between him and Mate is now 2.3 seconds, and now Aiden is all over the back as looks like Aqua's going to try down the inside. A bit of contact made there, but Alex once again holding on. He's doing the Red Bull work there, as you see now. Matey just outside the back of this, and Alex being the teammate of dreams there, but he's able to pull away. He's got so much more ERS at his disposal. He's able to pull away, and now Matey now is in DRS of Aiden. He's in this train. Now I'm pretty sure Alex will be pitting at the end of this lap, or maybe the next lap, I'm not sure. I want to say that this or the next lap, as we got Wester into the pits now. But Aqua there, he had almost I think he did have a 4-second lead. It has been absolutely disintegrated because Alex has been that guy who has just kept him at bay and following around here, losing so much time to the cars behind. It has allowed Matey to get himself back into a possible race winning position here. We've lost 6 runners so far in this race. Oliver, V8 Field, Alpha Wolves, Cohen, Geordie and Tenured Frog. Is this going to be the opportunity for Aqua? Alex, he's going to try and have a little look around the outside. He's got the switchback line. Oh, he gets on the throttle just a little bit too early onto the grass. Aiden able to... Oh, no! Aiden able to avoid Aqua there, but Aqua just spearing off into Matey. And Matey is out of this race. As I think, yeah, heavy front wing damage here for Aqua. He spun his wheels up on the exit of turn 1, speared off into the grass and lost all traction coming back through there. As is your boy has also retired from the session. It is unfortunate. So this is unfortunate here on lap 17. We've lost a lot of people in this race, as we pretty much are at the halfway stage now. It is Alex who leads the way, Aiden in second. Game Freaks is effectively the race net race leader now, going to the end of the race. Aqua will have to make that pit stop, get his front wing repaired. Murillo in a net second place. And I think potentially Ryan Webb with a... yeah, he's looking at a podium right now. Ryan Webb on the podium positions as it currently stands. Of course, Riker and Dogobs ducked out early under the very first lap to put on their set of tyres respectively. As Kyla did also he did pit a little bit earlier than everyone else to repair wing damage and put on a set of those hards, so we'll have to see if they work for him. So Aiden right now on a set of those hards, he's going to have the tyre advantage over Alex. He's going to hope that Alex comes into the pits at the end of this lap. That would be the best case scenario for Aiden, as no, Alex is going to stay out for another lap. Aiden not close enough, as we do have Aqua now, who is on a set of those mediums. It should be very fast indeed, and should really close up to Kyle R, Durpol and Ryan Webb. Of course, just 3 seconds off the back of them, we do have Wester in 11th. Yeah, in 11th. So Wester not out the possibility yet against some good points here, as we still wait for the second pit stop of Riker. The pit stops of Aiden and Alex, who I think will come out ahead of Aqua and Wester. And of course we also have the pit stop of, I want to say Dog Obbs is going to have to make a second pit stop. I'm not sure if he's going to take it all the way to the end on those tyres. It'll be touch and go, but I'm just not entirely confident in those in the longevity of those hards from pretty much lap 1. So he was on board with Aiden, who closed right up under DRS, and he's going to try it around the outside, maybe look to cut back in to get a tight exit, but Alex covering it off. And now it's pretty much single file as they go up the hill. So Riker now into the pits, as Aqua, not surprisingly, sets the fastest lap of the race, as oh, we got, I think, a connection issue there. Aiden, a bit of lag, yep. Aiden with issues as he goes into the back of Alex, and this must be horrible for Game Freak to look at. There's nothing worse than following a car who gets an X above his name, because you never know when that lag is just going to work against you. As Aiden now, maybe with a look, as he just sticks behind Alex for the time being, just tapping the back of the Red Bull. I believe Alex will be into the pits. Yep, Alex is into the pits, and now Aiden is the race leader, but the net race leader and possibly the race leader at the end of the following lap will be this man in the Williams. Game Freaks, and he might even go for it now as he had a little look. Oh, what a traction zone! He has just got out to turn 1. Absolutely monstrous traction there for Game Freaks, and he is now up into the race lead. As Dog Obbs now coming out of the pits as well. So apart from Aiden and potentially Kyle R, I believe everyone now is going to the end of the race, as Aiden picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. That is crucial. Only 12 runners remaining here in Hungary. We're on lap 21 of 35. Game Freaks is our race leader right now, going to the end of the race. Aiden yet to make his pit stop, as we got Murillo, who's in a net second place. Ryan Webb, who is in a net P3, but will most likely come under pressure from the likes of Aiden, Alex as well, and Aqua after their pit stops, and maybe even Riker as well. Riker, you know, he is a bit off the back of Kyle R and Aqua, but you know, towards the end of this race, he could be using those medium tyres to good effect here. So trying to look for an active battle, and we have an active battle right here. Wester and Riker, the battle for P9, the Renault and the Alpha Tauri, and just behind we have the Williams of Dog Arbs, who's going to be looking to get involved in the coming few corners as he tries to get inside that DRS window. As we have Aiden still just he's following behind Game Freaks, letting Game Freaks kind of drag him along slightly. And the good thing is, as long as Aiden keeps up with Game Freaks here, he will be looking to come out ahead of Der Pole. So he'll be looking to come back out in P5, possibly depending on if Aqua can, really put the pace down, maybe P6. I don't think his teammate is going to put up much of a fight, as now this two-way battle for P9 has turned into a three-way battle for the final couple of points. Wester, Riker, Dog Arbs, who is your money on, guys? A lot of casualties in today's race. We lost Matey. Unfortunate for Matey, he didn't do anything wrong there. It was unfortunate. Aqua just wheel spinning up, getting onto the grass, losing all traction on rejoining, and he just speared into Matey, and that was it, over and done with. And a similar story there with Oliver as well, side by side with Game Freaks, just making a slight bit of contact with him, just front left tire to wheel the side pod as Wester's around. Wester is around, and he'll get himself going there, but Tapper now has to take avoiding action of Wester, who has somehow managed to get away with that without any wing damage. So fair play to Wester there for not getting wing damage, but he has had a torrid time since he was since that drive-through penalty. He has had a horrid time out there on track, as Aiden's still doing a great job keeping it behind Game Freaks, and it looks like he is going to stretch his hards all the way to the soft compound tyre. So that means he's going to be incredibly rapid towards the end of the race. And just looking at where he could potentially come out, the pit window is around about, I want to say around 21, 22 seconds. So he should come out relative to the McLaren boys. But the longer he stays in the DRS of Game Freaks, the better it will be for him. And actually he's going to peel off into the pits now. So Aiden into the pits. He's going to make his one and only pit stop, possibly a set of the soft tyres going on the Ferrari, as Ryan Webb will take over that final podium spot, as we got Alex, who is now beginning to feel under pressure now from Aqua, and actually Aiden on the set of the mediums. So Aiden, he's going to come out just behind these guys. Is Der Pole going to get him? No, so he's going to come out in P6 just behind Aqua, and with Aqua and Aiden both on, well, Aiden definitely on very fresh soft tyres that will have no issues at all. Aqua may be feeling the tyre wear come the end of the race, but a lot of variables out there right now. As looking at the penalty situation, Alex with 9 seconds, Ryan Webb with 6, and we got Game Freaks at the moment on 3. Murillo currently in second place, only needs to gain 1.6 seconds to take the victory here today. As it is now Alex versus Aqua. We saw this battle earlier before Aqua lost the traction and speared off, and unfortunately inadvertently, I think, taking out Mady as well, who is Alex's teammate. So Alex now trying to defend the Red Bull camp by outscoring Aqua and both of the McLaren boys here today. Of course, he's not going to outscore both of them combined, but as long as he finishes ahead, I think he'll call that a good day. As we got Riker and Dogab side by side there, as we got Carlotta right ahead as well, who is going to be the last of the late breakers. They're still side by side, and it is going to be Dogabs who gets ahead of Riker and into P9. Now back up to this battle for P4. Alex, Aqua, Aiden. Alex on 4-lap old hard tyres, and I think that is a likes. I'm pretty sure it might not be. He did stretch those hards quite. Actually, no, he didn't stretch it. He didn't stretch the mediums that far. But as Aqua there, just giving a little love tap to the back of Alex there. So I think the lap delta for the tyres are wrong. Alex on slightly fresher hard tyres to Aqua, as Aiden down the inside on his very fresh medium tyres, and he gets the move done on Aqua. Now up in the P5. The podium, I think, is still on here for Aiden, because I think he has got the pace to, well, I mean, as it stands right now, Alex is a non-factor, but if Aiden gets past Alex, I think he can get in that penalty window of Ryan Webb up ahead. As as Aiden is around, as he clipped the inside curve at turn 5. He's dropped all the way down to 8th, so Aiden now all the way down into 9th. This race just keeps turning on his head every single few laps. Aiden now trying to get himself going again. He's lost a lot of ground to the cars ahead, and now has 4 cars in between where he is now and where he was. Actually, Aqua appears to be dropping back a little bit. I'm starting to wonder, did Aqua lose a lot of time by just putting too much of a stop on us? We've got Riker and Aiden side by side. Lovely little switch back there from Riker in turn 1, but he's unable to get the overspeed to really challenge Aiden into turn 2. So you have to stick behind the Ferrari. But right now, Riker does not have any penalties, so Riker can do pretty decent right now, as long as he just keeps it penalty free. As we have Murillo, he's just over a second, he's just dipped under a second behind the penalties right now of Game Freaks. Is the Racing Point going to be able to topple the Williams? Time will tell. The gap 3.8 seconds, 3.7 is coming down as the grid has started to stabilise somewhat. No one really close with each other or in a battle right now. So what we'll do, we'll go on board with Murillo, and we'll just run on board with the Racing Point as he tries to close up 2 Game Freaks up ahead. And we're also going to keep an eye on the times between everyone behind as well. Lap 30 of 35. Game Freaks right now has a 8/10 advantage. He's just dipped it back over a second. Game Freak's doing very well to just keep that advantage. But now we're getting the gaps start to close back in, as we have Aqua now looking at the back of Alex for P4. Of course, it's not going to make much difference in terms of penalties, and of course we got Dog Arbs now over the back of Dirtpull, and Dirtpull on those 20 lap old hards, he is going to be feeling the pressure from these guys on the mediums. Dog Arbs there using all the track possible. And what is Aqua going to do? Unfortunately, it's taken Aqua so long to get past Alex, and that has really hindered him as he gets out of shape out there in the final corner. So Aqua not going to be close enough to Alex on the run into turn 1, as we got Dog Arbs now trying to look at the back of Dirtpull. Dirtpull trying to break the slipstream, doesn't want to move one time too many, as Dog Arbs trying to look around the outside. And Aiden right now, he's just chilling, just waiting for his opportunity to pounce. He is waiting for that moment where he can take advantage of the action ahead and get himself up a position. Meanwhile, Aqua still just keeping it behind Alex for the time being. He needs to, well, he doesn't need to get this move done. He will get on penalties, but for this entire race, Aqua has really struggled to get past Alex, and I think it's a matter of pride for Aqua to get that job done here, as we are on lap 31, about to go on to lap 32 of 35, as Game Freaks now crosses the start finish line to start lap 32 of 35. He is leading at the moment. The gap between him and Murillo in terms of the penalties is 0.6 of a second. Murillo is closing that gap down. Is he going to be able to get within the time window? He is rapidly trying to close that gap down, as we got Aqua not close enough. Dog Arbs, he is close enough. He is going to look to the inside. He is going to send it, and he goes a little bit too deep, which allows Dirtpull with a lovely switch back there. And this side by side on the run down now into turn 2, but Dog Arbs will have the inside line and the superior tyres there to keep the grip and make his way up into P6, as Aqua picks himself up another penalty. As, oh no, Alex is gone. Alex has lost it. He's in the wall. Oh no, heartbreak there for Alex. Absolute heartbreak for the Red Bull driver. He was doing such a fantastic job, but just loses traction there on the exit of turn 5 and loses the car into the wall, and that is Alex now dropping well down the order, and after he makes the pit stop, he is going to be out of the top 10. As we go on board with this freeway battle now, as we're on lap 33, just 2 more laps after this current lap. Alex with a 5-second time penalty. He's going to retire in the pit lane, isn't he? As we got Aiden, beautiful traction there out to turn 1. He's going to go around the outside of Dirtpull, and he is going to be able to have the grip to make that work. Dirtpull leaving plenty of room there for Aiden, not really squeezing him on the exit there, and that's what you do like to see, a bit of racing respect between the two of them there. And now Aiden versus Dog Arbs for P5. As it looks like Game Freak's now starting to stretch his legs He's pulled out the gap to 4.2 seconds, meaning that is a 1.2 second time that Murillo needs to gain on Game Freaks to win this race, as we are on the penultimate lap of this race. Can Aidan get himself up into P5? Can Murillo really put the pressure on to get himself his first win? Will Game Freaks keep it clean to make sure he doesn't pick up another 3-second time penalty? As Aidan now down the inside in turn 1 on Dog Obs and gets the move done. But now it is all about staying ahead now for Aidan. He needs to stay ahead of this guy right here, and Aqua with 9 seconds of time penalty. So these guys are really trying to push to catch up to Aqua right now. I believe they might actually already be good to jump ahead. I'm not sure entirely, but we have Game Freaks now about to take us on the final lap of this race. He's on 24 lap old tyres, 25 now as we cross the line. And now on the final lap of this race, Game Freaks, our race leader, has an 8/10 advantage to Murillo to keep this race win. Meanwhile, Aqua is, unfortunately, because of the penalties he has accumulated in this race, I don't think will keep a hold of P4. I think he'll drop down to behind the likes of Dog Obs and Aidan. Maybe even Riker. Riker has been clean on penalties. But what a race we have seen here today, as we got a yellow flag in Sector 2, and I think that's Otapa just getting out of the way of the race leader. So Otapa now retires from the session as we go for the final few corners right now with Game Freaks. The gap is 3.7 seconds and he has a 3-second time penalty, so at the moment he is going to keep this race win as he goes around the final corner. It is going to be Game Freaks here picking up victory in Hungary. Murillo will be very pleased with his drive, no penalties, and picks up a fantastic second place. And Ryan Webb will cross the line to pick up the final podium spot as Wester picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. And to the line will come Aqua, who I assume will be dropping down the order, as we got Aidan to the line, who jumps up into P4. Dog Obs into P5 as we got Durpol to the line, stays in P7, and Riker jumps up to P7, knocking Durpol down as we got Kyle R and Wester. Oh, look at that, a drag race to the line. And what could have been today for Alex, as the overcast clouds have come out at the end of the race. So just like in real F1, I'm assuming it's going to start raining just after the race. But that man, Game Freaks, there on the top step of the podium. Fantastic job from the man in the Williams. And Aidan picks up driver of the day. Aidan, of course, who did start at the back, as did Wester. And I do have to kind of agree that both of them they did drive fantastically. Wester making the crucial mistake of getting that drive through, and that really hindered his race. Aidan having that spin late on, it did look like he could be within a shout of a podium, but that late spin meant that he was able to come back up and finish in P4, but he'll know that he's lost points here today. So we'll run you through the final classifications now, as we got Game Freaks, our race winner, ahead of Murillo in second place. Ryan Webb rounds out the podium, and then we got Aidan F1 in P4, Dog Obs in 5th, Aqua with a drive that would have been worthy of the race win, but just filled with mistakes, dropping him all the way down into 6th. He really couldn't get past Alex at all, as we got Riker in 7th, Durpol in 8th, Kyle R in 9th, and the final point paying position goes to Wester in 10th. Alex was our final runner as Otapa retired on the final lap, 2 laps down. We lost a lot of drivers. Matey, Ish Your Boy, Oliver, V8 Field, Alpha Wolf, Cohen, Geordie and 10-Year Frog all retiring from this race, and I can assure you the action is only going to get better and better as we move through the championship, and next week we will be at the home of British Motorsport. It is going to be round 3 at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. So until next week, I have been Ivor Bryn Mike, and we'll catch you on the track next week at Silverstone. Until then, guys, have a fantastic weekend, a fantastic evening, and we'll see you soon.